Good afternoon. Welcome. Welcome to all my colleagues and friends that's going to join us tonight. The ones that is here already and the ones that will soon join us. Just making sure that our friends that's going to join us tonight. So, we are live. Welcome. Welcome to the steveAndrews&associate Masterclass in Massage Therapy and the Steve Andrews and Associate community in developing the art of massage therapy. Soothing Touch at the Bamboo Retreat, Barbados. All those things I'm affiliated with, and really is trying our best to see how we can really work together to really expand and develop the concept or develop the art of massage therapy, spa therapy. These videos is really focusing on massage therapy, but we will jump into spa therapy eventually because I think it's important. That's what we do, and I mean, we are trying our best to see how we can add whatever little voice to the industry that we can to help in whatever small development that we can do. Why I'm here, I keep saying I'm not here because I'm trying to be famous. I'm trying to get rich. I'm really not. As I said earlier, during COVID was a rude awakening that we have to do much more to help each other. I keep saying that. Don't care how good I think I am, or how fantastic my clients or other people think I am. When I pass on someday, all of that will die if I don't really share the knowledge and the experience I've gained over the last 25 years to therapists that are coming up or that behind us. I remember when I started, I didn't have a choice but to take as basic training as possible. Well, the best training that's possible that I could have received at that time, which was very basic training. And after that, I searched far and wide trying to find knowledge. I go many places trying to find knowledge. And I understand what my journey were and still is, and I'm trying to actually help persons that are passionate as I were and at that time and still is, to find a way as therapists. So that's why I'm here. I'm not really here to become a guru or whatever. I keep saying that I have lived my dream. I really have done the things that I also want to do, and my objective really now is really to maintain what I have done. And I think I have enough. With good health, I have the skill and the ability to maintain myself and do enough that I could maybe retire okay. So I'm not really here for wealth. I'm just here because I want to share knowledge, what I think someone else can use based on my experience over the last 25 years. I like to share these stories. I mean, a long time ago I had a mentor, and he sat me down one day and he said, Steve, I want to make sure you understand. I want to teach you something, and I want to make sure you understand. He said there are two kinds of wealth in this world. There is the tangible wealth and the intangible wealth. So both can work very well for you. Tangible wealth, house, land, lots of money in the bank, cars, yacht. My dream, I still want to get that yacht. That's the only dream I haven't fulfilled yet, but I postpone it for next 8 years. So I have 8 years to fulfill that dream. So the tangible wealth is really material things. The intangible wealth is where you can build relationship that worth much more than money, and I have proven that. Over the couple of years I have doing what I'm doing, I went to some of the most awesome places in the world. I meet some of the most awesome people in the world, and we still have relationship today. And I get to really see what the average person do not never have the opportunity to see in terms of the spa and wellness sector. And I'm humbly thankful and always give acknowledgement to people that were so kind and nice to me on my way up. And this is what I call intangible wealth. It's no money can pay for the things that I have achieved, or what I have seen, or the experience I have gathered in my last couple of years doing what we do. So I really want to pass it back. It's really, you should always pass the baton. Just keep passing what you do. I remember going to Jamaica, and I never met this person before, Jennifer Samuda. And I can never forget that. This lady take me under her wings, and she teach me everything that she knows. And she was like so open and so free, and it just blew my mind. Someone just walk off the street, was introduced by someone else, and someone just take that person. And I learned so much from Jennifer in the short time that we spent together, that to me a little bit of Jennifer is continuing in me. That's why I always mention her name. This was one of the persons that really had a great impact on my life in terms of the aesthetic components, skincare, facial. She had a great impact. And she also gave me some lesson in massage therapy as well. So she really had a great impact on my life, and is still a part of what we're doing. So it's always try to give acknowledgement to people like those when you have passed, where they become a part of your life, and not just a part of your life, it's actually a part of you and what you do. But today we really want to focus on training, and as I said, we're going to really dive into training, and we can really talk about all the different elements of training, because training is essential. And I understand that we all went to, some of us, like me, I started with a very basic massage class, and I expand with time and knowledge, experience. But some of us do many things. We go to some of the best schools in the world, and we learn what we learn today, and then we are saying, okay, so don't care where you start from. What you do, how you do it, is where you take it from there. Because therapy and massage is a beautiful art. I'm so passionate about it that my clients know they can't come in here and tell me to rub, because I'm so passionate in what I do. Is that no, we don't rub, we do massage, and it's an art to it. Anyone can rub. Someone off the street can just come and get some oil in their hand and rub. That's what rubbing is all about. Massage is an art. But to really understand that art, you really have to dive into it. And I think that a lot of us are not really diving into what we were taught. We still stuck to the basic. Last week I focused on the 4 technique in Swedish massage, which is efferage, petrissage, tapotement, and vibration. And I try to break them down in terms of, if you wasn't here last week, you can go to our YouTube channel, Steve Andrews and Associate, or maybe you'll find it on Facebook, Steve Andrews, and you can go back and you can really watch the video and really talked about when I really explain the 4 techniques and the use of those 4 techniques. I always believe those are the fundamentals in what we do. If you understand those 4 techniques, then you are in a good place. You understand the fundamentals. Then you can move outside of those techniques. Let's start discuss different modalities. I know a lot of people say, well, I mean, there's so much modalities right now. Every day I'm learning a different modality. I'm learning about a new and a different modality. But I guess we will dig into this another time, because I believe modality is all about marketing. It's like what I do in skin, all the different facials is really about marketing, and I like to be frank, it's really about marketing. But this is a video for everyone, so when we therapists gather around together, we can talk about it. But if you really understand it, because everyone that develop a technique or modality, it becomes theirs, and they have intellectual property, and they own it, and they will travel the world and teach it. Just like what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to develop a concept. I owned it, and I want to travel the world and teach it. That's not what I necessarily want to do. What I'm really trying to do is really to develop the art of massage therapy. Whether I travel the world and teach what I'm teaching or my concept, not here or there, I will still travel the world because I like to travel. So that's not really what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to really teach the importance of all the fundamentals of therapy, or the fundamentals of massage therapy. So let's look at the different techniques or the different modalities. We understand Swedish. Swedish is really most people, when they hear Swedish, they think it's a light pampering massage, but you can have a deep Swedish massage as well. In fact, deep tissue is basically using deep techniques or strong techniques or penetrating techniques using the Swedish techniques. So basically, Swedish deep tissue is just the other side. So one can be Swedish, one can be deep tissue, basically using the same technique. Because as I mentioned last week, your elbow, your forearm can be flushing, or it can be breaking down, however you use it. So if you're using Swedish techniques and you think that you want a wider span than your hand, you can use your forearm and use it just as a simple efferage technique. And basically what you're doing is basically flushing. If you need to break down knees, then you can also, which you need a wider surface, you can also use your forearm. And basically what you're doing using your forearm, you basically are breaking down as well. So breaking down, so basically what I'm saying, Swedish technique, yes, same efferage, same petrosar, same deportment, all of that, but you can use them in deep tissue. When people hear deep tissue, people get excited. When we were growing up, and we watch the old German movies, and someone said, I need a deep tissue massage. You have a big, strong Hulk, big man come in, and I'm gonna give you a deep tissue massage, and to put all that muscles on the person. And somehow it's still in our head that's what deep tissue is. And not necessary. That's not really what deep tissue is necessary. A deep tissue for me, it might be a Swedish to you. A Swedish to me might be a deep tissue for you. It's based on who is receiving that massage. That's why it's so essential that when we are doing massage, it's not so much about us. It's really about the receivers. Whoever is receiving that massage will determine if it's a Swedish or a deep tissue. So deep tissue is not necessarily what we see on movies or what we talked about, where you have to be grinding your elbows and your knees, and you can walk on your heels and you can drop your knees, all of those to be deep tissue. Deep tissue is basically getting into a certain level of the muscles and trying to release whatever within that muscle. So if you want to think about deep tissue, and if you don't understand it, that's what you're gonna do. Someone wants a deep tissue, you're gonna come, and you're gonna say, okay, So you can oil up your hand, your elbows, your knees, your head. You can oil up everything because you want to, and that's not necessary. Deep tissue is based on the person, based on the client that present themselves before you, and you will determine the pressure, or how much pressure that person can carry, or how much pressure that person can bear, and based on that, that's what you're doing. That's what we deep tissue will be. And the technique is not much different. The techniques are not much different in terms of the deep tissue technique, because you use them in Swedish. All you're doing is going at another level of the body, or another tier of the muscle, where you're trying to help to release whatever tension within the muscles itself. So that's if you really want to see, or if you really want to look at deep tissue, or you want to say, okay, what is a deep tissue? Maybe that will be considered itself as a deep tissue sports massage. Most people think that you are athletes, so if they give you a massage, that's a sports massage. And most people think that I'm giving you a sports massage, so it's basically about manipulating our stretches. We want to do stretch, we want to do rigorous movement, we want to do all of these, and we get excited in our sports massage. But a sports massage is based on the receiver, again, as a deep tissue. That's where you build relationship. Relationship massage is not just about you, or about, it's a relationship between you and your client. Sports massage is, if you want to think about it, is really about using techniques that will help to aid the muscle in terms of either faster or more speedier recovery. If an athlete is training, if an athlete is beyond just breaking down muscles, because if an athlete is into massage and they're having a massage every 2-3 days, what you're doing is helping to flush those wastes, all those built up lactic acid, carbon dioxide within the muscle group. Basically, you're flushing them out. So on a regular basis, so what you basically are doing is you are stripping the muscles and giving the muscles more time or faster recovery period. Because as an athlete, and if we understand how muscles work, muscles is not built when you are exercising. Muscles are built when you are resting. What happens when you work muscles, you're breaking down muscle tissue when you're exercising. And when it's resting, that's when they are rebuilding, and they're rebuilding stronger and stronger based on the work that you put into it. So what you're trying to do in sports massage, or what you should be trying to do, is really aiding the muscles in a faster recovery. So not just that your muscles are becoming stronger, but more flexible. And so all of those things you're helping the muscles to do. Adding more, bringing more oxygen to the muscles a lot faster than if the muscles is doing it on its own. There are different levels or different type of sports massage. It can be a massage where someone in the event, and they come and you give them a massage just before an event. They don't have a clue how the muscles are working, because massage is going to have a great impact on the muscles. Whether you can make the muscles sore, or you can make the body more sluggish, or you can make the body more, what you want to call it, more reactive. So that person needs to, that's why I don't like to give person massage if it's an athlete when I used to be around sports medicine. If you never have a massage, just don't come and say, I want a massage because my muscle feel a certain way. Because you have to know how the muscle is going to react after having a massage, because different person will react differently. So all of these things that you have to develop with the clients or the athlete when you're working with them. So all of these things is like, we can get into details, and we can really sit down and get into details of how these things work, and how we can really work to really expand the concept. So sports massage is not that you go and you learn techniques, you learn the different stretches. Because I remember I was in the country and I like to watch people work, because I get inspired by watching people work. And I was watching these guys doing sports massage, and I was frightened. I was really frightened because the kind of movement that they were doing, if the athlete only make an error and tense a muscle, they're gonna pull it out of place. Because you don't know an athlete, but you can just grab them and start moving. You have to understand. That's why I don't like to do stretches. If I start stretching you and I realize that you are not relaxing and you're resisting me, I over. Because it's a slight a percentage that you might tense that muscle, or you might react the wrong way just when I'm going to do stretching a muscle, and your power with my power, it will pull. It can pull tissues out of place, pull tissues out of position. So all of those things that we have to pay attention to when we are doing sports massage. So it's basically a basic understanding of what a sports massage is. We can go into shiatsu, and I don't think in this part of the world we do a lot of shiatsu. We incorporate some techniques, and some people just don't know what they're doing. They just know you need to press, and you press them, you follow different areas, and some of us have a better idea of how you do it. I have different reaction and different concept in when and where and how. And I do shiatsu, and basically if you really study the concept of the Asia Pacific region, and you realize that most of their massages are similar, or massages that comes out that is originated from that side is similar, where they're using the meridian of the body, and basically following the meridian, balancing energy, the concept of balancing energy. I don't want to sound like I'm saying to them it's just simple. I'm just talking about the basic techniques, because they have traditional practices that they're adding into their massage, traditional healing concept that they add in. So what I like about their massage, they go back into culture, and it's really cultural with techniques to really help to develop an art that is unique. For instance, the Thai massage become very popular because of the cultural and all of that traditional science into their massage that make it interesting. But if you understand what I'm trying to say, it's really most of them is really using the meridians of the body, helping to balance the energies in the body. And most of the technique is not like remote. So you're using meridian, whether you're using finger compression, arm compression, or elbow compression, knees compression, similar or different to the Western side. So it's really understanding the different sides and what we are doing. So when we understand these things, we can bring it to the table. So my thing is like, as a therapist, when you're doing massages, then you need to understand. But then it's when you elevate yourself to, no, I'm not doing massage, I'm a therapist. So I'm now moving away from the simple modalities into really therapy. So I can pull from each region, each concept, each idea, and bring to my client. So you see the result that I'm bringing. So it's no longer where a client is telling me what the body needs or what they want. Yes, they come in and they say, I want this. But it's how do I use my experience of knowledge, using all the different modalities from around the world to really make this massage the best that we can have. I keep hearing this guy in my head all the time. I was on a conference call with Africa. We were doing a webinar, and I cannot get him out of my head. I really cannot get him out of my head, because he said he has traveled the world. He have many massages, but he still are looking for a massage, a life-changing massage. And I keep hearing in my head all the time, you have never get a life-changer massage? Do you know what that means? And he have no idea, because if your massage is not changing your way of thinking, then something is fundamentally wrong. And I'm looking forward for one day we can meet up somewhere, and I could give him, or try to change that concept that he have in his head. I'm not sure if he'll accept a male masseuse, but sorry, wrong. A male massage therapist, sorry, or male therapist, as simple as that. But so yes, I'm hoping to meet him one day and see how we can change this concept. So this conversation is really about helping us to really come out, and helping us to really start thinking about what we are doing. It's not just movements, it's not just looking good, it's not just fantastic motions. This is when I used to do martial arts. This is awesome. This is the most powerful tool that we can ever create, can ever happen to us. Touch. Do you understand how powerful touch is? We can do a class on touch as well. If you understand how powerful touch is, when the Father was walking, whatever you see, Allah, whatever you want to see, the creator of heaven and earth, and if you believe in part of the story that he was on earth, when he tried to heal, what he did, he lay hands, touch. All he did was lay hands, up to when the lady was saying, oh, if I can only touch his coat, I will be healed. Do you understand? So I want you to understand what I'm saying and move it to here. Your hands is a powerful tool. But the power cannot develop in your tools if you don't understand the basics. We need to get back to the basic, understand the basics, and then we can move forward together. More people need us in this world. There's lots of people, mental health. I know mental health is a new buzzword. It never was a buzzword. We see it every day. Every person come into our room, we can hear, without their speaking, we can actually feel the tension that flows through their body. All that noise in their head that is happening, and we soothe it through our hands. We need to become serious at what we are doing. And I'm being really honest with this. We must become very serious in what we are doing. We have to go back to the drawing board. We need to spend time to look at what we are doing. Break it down. Understand modalities, understand technique, why you are using it, why I'm doing it. Does this make sense? Is my clients getting maximum benefit from what I'm doing? Will it have a negative impact on our clients? Or will it have a positive impact on our client? That's what we have to do. If you don't want to believe it, I will tell you. If you can move beyond the rambles and the noise and all of these fancy drama, if you can really move beyond just doing technique to become a therapist, not have a job, you will have a career, and you will be in. It will take you all the way to your retirement, because you will be sitting on your bed and someone will want you to come and touch them. God. I'm really hoping that you're listening to me and you really understand what I'm trying to say to you. I'm not trying to get you a job, and I always say that. When anyone come to me and say, can you look at what I'm doing and make the adjustment, I always say to them, I'm not trying to because I want to get a job. No, I'm not trying to get you a job. I'm trying to give you a career, something that will last you beyond you, because I expect you to pass it on. So whatever I say to you and it's have any impact on you, I want you to share it with others person and pass it on. And if we ever have the opportunity to meet somehow, somewhere together, we can explore. We can explore lots of concepts, lots of ideas, and we can do a lot together. I know that. I'm not thinking, I know. Because I have an idea what is out there. And I have an idea what I'm bringing to the table. And I keep saying, it's not about your money. It's about your development. I want to work with you. I want to help you to develop. Some way, somehow. Let's continue to work together. So, you can join us, steveAndrews&associate.com. You can be a part of our community. These discussions will go directly to our community come next January. So the discussion will not be free or, well, not live, but we will be in our community. And I don't want us, we will be having real discussion together. So I talk to you, you talk to me, and we can have those discussions going forward. So I look forward to having you on board. If you like what I'm saying, or if you think what I'm saying can impact what you're doing, let's come together, let's work together. Like us on Instagram, on Facebook, and YouTube. I'm new to this, so have patience with me. I'm learning technology. I know how to use it, but I didn't know how it works like this. So I'm now learning, so we can work. So you can help me and I help you. We can move this thing forward. So until next time, until next week, send me any messages, any concept. Oh yeah, I forget to address my question this week. But next week I'll pull them all together and we can address the questions that we had last week and we have this week, and next week we can talk about it. So until next Tuesday, have a good one. Enjoy. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Thank you.